Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you have a problem with this, stop playing this video now. Um, wow. Took a little vacation. Lots to catch up on. Um, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch up on all I missed, because, I don't know, I just haven't been keeping track, but the biggest things I think I missed were, I think David Price took on a tomato can. um, let's see, box rec. David Price. I think his management or something got a little, got their panties in a bunch after he got knocked down by Andres Paula, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta scale him back. We can't have him, taking those kinds of risks." So they got him fighting this other guy. This other, I think he's East European guy. Let me see. His name's Yaroslav Zavorotnyi. I don't know. Fuck. And yeah, this guy. The only thing I can really say for him, I mean, man, this guy is pretty bad. Like, I think he's near 40 years old. Yeah, he's 39 years old. The only outstanding thing about him really is that he's kind of big. He's 6'4". I mean, this fight already happened, so I mean, this is all after the fact. But excuse me. But the thing is that, and he's from the Ukraine. But I don't know about David Price anymore. I just don't know about him. Um, a lot of people were very unimpressed by this showing. The Yaroslav has been knocked out before. I think he's 16-6. And he'd been knocked out before, and so I think a lot of people expected David Price to just blow this guy out, which he really should have. Like after the fight, I think Yaroslav's ranked, like, what is he ranked? He's ranked in the 200s on BoxRec. He's 229th. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, David Price really should have knocked this guy out. A lot of people were saying that's a positive that he went, 10 rounds because he's improving on his stamina. Other people I've listened to also have said that David Price looked really winded after the fight, which is not a good thing. I don't know about David Price anymore. He just, I think, a big weakness of his is that he just doesn't have a lot of confidence. He's too much of a nice guy. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think he's just too much of a nice guy, and I don't know how he's going to do in the heavyweight division. I still think he has a puncher's chance against Vladimir, but if we're perfectly honest here, almost everybody's got a puncher's chance against Vladimir. Um, I don't know. I don't know about David Price anymore. All I'll say is he'd better step it up in his next fight. Um, I think he could. I think he'd do pretty well, like against a Ruslan Chagaev type guy. I think he needs to stay away from people who can like bum rush him. People who are known for bum rushing and have fast foot speed and have knockout power. I think he'd do fairly well against a Ruslan Chagaev. Oh, and that's another thing I haven't heard a lot of people cover is that um, Frezzo Kendo. I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but and it's a pretty significant fight. Frezzo Kendo, I believe, is going to fight Ruslan Chagaev for the vacant WBA regular title. The Mickey Mouse belt. Talk about just confusing shit to all no end. You know what I mean? Like, what? There's a regular belt. There's a super belt. There's these diamond belts. There's these silver belts. It's like, fuck all this, dude. Like, man, dude, like. I know it's more money for the boxers because I don't know, whatever. It's just, ugh. But I mean, this is kind of significant. Ruslan Chagaev, that guy's just like he's king of the WBA belt. Like John Ruiz is probably gonna come out of retirement along with Nikolai Valuev. And funniest comment I read online. They were like, "Oh yeah, John Ruiz can come out of retirement, and then Nikolai Valuev and Chagaev and them can do the WBA circle jerk, where they just pass the WBA belt around between each other." I mean, God, but it is pretty significant because I think Frezzo Kendo is one of those boxers that, he's pretty old school. He was around during the olden days, and he never really got his big break. So I think he should win that. I don't really know who will win it. But I think Frezzo Kendo deserves to win. I think he needs some recognition. He's been in it so long. I think he's in his 40s now. Chegaev's already had the belt before, so I don't see what giving him the belt again would do. So I'm rooting for Frez on that one. maybe Frez will win. I don't know. I think he probably doesn't have as good a chin as Chagaev, but I just find it so odd that none of the other boxing like channels I listen to are even covering this. I mean, I guess it shows how fucking insignificant the regular WBA belt is. It's like Povetkin's like little trinket, you know, that they're fighting over. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, maybe Deontay Wilder after he beats Stiverne could go after the WBA belt, and so then he'd have two belts, so he'd have more negotiating power with Vladimir. Who knows? What else is coming up? What else happened? Oh yeah, Povetkin knocked out Charr. You know, I didn't make a prediction on that one, but I probably would have picked Povetkin. Probably woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Anyway, because Povetkin, yeah, he's just got, you know, Povetkin didn't really lose that bad to Vladimir because Vladimir was cheating like hell. I mean, and he took Vladimir's best punches and kept getting up. So I don't think there was any chance Charr was gonna knock him out. So, yeah, so that was a pretty exciting fight. What else is? I don't know what else is coming up. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing on the horizon. Oquendo versus Ruslan Chagaev over the Mickey Mouse paper belt that fucking Povetkin crapped out. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I saw X-Men Days while I was on my little hiatus. I saw X-Men Days of Future Past. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'll say one thing about it is that it was better than I expected it to be. But the odd thing about it is that, I mean, it's ranked really highly on Internet Movie Database right now. It's even ranked higher than X2, which I so do not agree with. X2, the problem with X-Men Days of Future Past, I think, is that the action scenes, the good action scenes, are actually really far and few. You know, the only really good one I thought was the Quicksilver scene. That was pretty fucking awesome, but it was so short and it happened early in the movie, and there weren't really many other memorable action scenes like that. Whereas in X2, you know, there was the White House scene, there was the X Mansion Wolverine scene, there was the Deathstrike Wolverine battle at the end, and there was all these really memorable action sequences. Not so much in Days of Future Past. It's still a pretty good movie, and it's doing really well at the box office for an X-Men movie. Anyway, so yep, take it easy. I'll look what other fights are out there and maybe make some more videos. See ya.